Ron Harris here for MuscularDevelopment.com with Big Mike Cox. We just wrapped up day one of the Tampa Pro here. Coverage brought to you by High Tech Pharmaceuticals. Saw some great divisions come and go today. We're only going to talk about a couple of them because it's late and we want to get out of here. Oh, but first of all, I have to make a clarification. Dave Henry was texting me. Apparently I was spreading a rumor that Dave Henry is retired. Dave Henry is not retiring. He's got 40, 50 more years of competition left in him. No. But all seriousness, he's healthy. He's still looking great, still at the top of his game. I don't know where I heard that rumor. Probably shouldn't have passed it on without some sort of confirmation because I do have his phone number. But Dave Henry will be at the Olympia, and he will keep competing for the future. So sorry about that, Dave. Okay, so all that aside, it had to be said. Women's physique, huge lineup of 35 women. Autumn Swanson took it, and I was glad to see it because Autumn, I had just seen her in Chicago, and she was second. What did she wave? She wasn't looking that great, put it that way. But today she pulled it all together. I thought she looked fantastic. What did you think about Autumn?
Autumn is in fantastic shape, beautiful physique, small waist, wide shoulders. Presents her physique very well. Her posing routine was excellent. Transition poses were phenomenal. She was a clear winner, so I had her in first. It was a good show, good class. Tons of girls. Yes. Like I said, the difference is like there's short girls, tall girls. It's a huge variety. Judges got it right. So
90% of her routine was done on the ground. I was happy when she finally stood up and hit a pose. Sorry, Autumn, but it was fun to watch. I'll give it to that. But when you're trying to take pictures, it can be a challenge. Anyway, moving on to classic physique. Another huge group of guys. Look at my crappy notes. This is a huge class. You can see how confusing it was for me. So top six was all great. It was Keith Lanier in sixth. Fifth place, Cleveland Thomas. Fourth place, Damian Patrick. Third place, Jason Lowe. And definitely want to talk most about the top two guys. Second place was, you see it anywhere? Oh, there. Keone Pearson. This guy is going to be awesome. Keone has the most amazing structure, shape, aesthetics. He was lean. He actually looked leaner tonight. But it goes to show you with this huge group of guys, for him not to be shredded and to almost win, which he did, that shows you how good this guy is, Keone. I was very, very impressed. How about you?
Listen, I've bagged on the classic physique guys for a while. Yeah. I haven't been, but this show, phenomenal. Totally changed my mind. Keone he is classic physique. A lot of these guys don't have a classic physique. They're bodybuilders in a division of classic. Right. This kid, Francis Benfado, dude. I mean, small waist, and he poses like a classical bodybuilder. You can put him back in the 80s at the Night of Champions with Muhammad Kawe, all those guys. He holds his own. Phenomenal. When he's a little harder and drier, he's a top 5 Olympian.
Absolutely. Yeah.
That good. I thought he was that good.
And you make a good point because we were doing the play-by-play earlier today during the judging, and I don't know how many times I said this to you. I go, that's a bodybuilder. That's a bodybuilder. And when he came out, Flex Wheeler was sitting like 3 seats down from us. He just leaned over and like nodded. He's like, this guy's the real deal. This is what classic's supposed to be. So
he's the future of the sport, man. This kid, I tell you, the sky's the limit. I saw him walking out and told him, keep doing what you're doing. Yeah. You're going to be a superstar.
The winner, as I predicted, so I'm a freaking genius, Henri Pierre-Arnaud from Montreal. It seems like there's a division in the fans of classic where some of them don't like the short guys no matter how good they look. They think to be a great classic bodybuilder, you have to be like 6 foot or 6'2" or something. So they love Bumstead, they love Wesley Vissers, and now they're all in love with this guy. And that's great. He looks phenomenal. He was a bodybuilder up until this season. He did very well. He was here last year in the open bodybuilding and I didn't realize he was as heavy as he was, took third place. He's 6 foot. He was about 240 to 250 in that range. He trimmed down a little bit. He still looks phenomenal. Just, again, that's a totally different. We talk about apples and oranges. We got the shorter guys like Breon and like Keone, Terrence Ruffin, the shorter guys. And then this is like another, I don't want to give them any ideas to start another class, like short classic and tall classic or anything. Please don't do that. These shows are long enough. But but he looked great. I mean, this is the first time you've ever seen him as a classic too, right? What'd you think of Henri?
Phenomenal. When he came out, he just explodes on stage. But you said he's a bodybuilder doing classics. So he dropped the class, and he was the biggest guy here, the hardest guy here. If you place third in the open at this show, then come back the next year in classic, it's almost not fair. You're going, you know what I mean? He's got that Olympia-type size. Now, when he goes to Vegas, like you said, the tall guys, Bumstead, Vissers, you said there's a great divide, a lot of guys on MD. Don't like the midgets, Dave.
Yeah, that's a bad word. You can't say midgets, guys. It's not cool. It's little. We call ourselves little people. But anyway.
Yeah, AJ loves the big tall guy. He hates midgets as well, little people. But there's so many different physiques. It's going to be interesting to see how they really judge them, because you got this way, tall guys, short guys. So I don't know how they're going to come up with it, but Breon's going to be ready. It's going to be a great show.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens. It is going to be crazy, the difference in some of these guys. You got the heights are going to range from like 5'4" to 6'3". It's ridiculous. All right, let's move on to the division we're all waiting all day long to see. 212 bodybuilding. I didn't recognize a ton of the names, but some of these guys that I wasn't aware of until today were really good. Sixth place, Lloyd Dollar. I had him a little higher for sure.
Definitely.
Lloyd's improved a lot. This is a guy I wasn't paying attention to until this season, and he's tightened up, dropped to 212, and he's getting good. Were you a little concerned with that sixth place?
He could have been higher. I would have Lloyd and Mike Ergus, who I felt so bad for Mike. He was shredded, had the best pose routine of the night. He displayed himself so well.
His routine was so good. He was out here for like 3 minutes, and nobody stopped his music.
It was that entertaining. I mean, he was as a classical pose routine, but he presented it so well. He should have been a lot higher. He was hard, best shape he's been in. Lloyd was phenomenal. Lloyd was a little bit tighter tonight than he was this morning, but when he poses, he just blows up. I mean, his front relaxed pose and his front lat spread are phenomenal. He should have been a little bit higher.
So fifth place was Fernando Noronha de Almeida. You Brazilian people with all your names. Just cut it down to 2 names, for God's sake. Sorry, but he looked great. He looked great in Chicago. That was the first time I saw him, and I was looking forward to seeing him again. He delivered again. This guy's got he's more along the lines of a bodybuilder, for sure. A classic bodybuilder. He's got great shape, proportions, small waist and everything. But to me, that's great quads. But to me, he's a bodybuilder. But this is the first time you've seen him, right?
First time I've seen him. There's a lot of guys I haven't seen before, but this guy was impressive as hell. Very complete physique, posed well. The 212 guys bring it every single time. This is why this is the best division in the sport, bar none. Conditioned, the top 6 were phenomenal.
So fourth, let me find it. Jeez, I'm so. Can you see a fourth place there? All right. Well, anyway, we're moving to fourth. I can't even read my own notes here, so I'm going to move on. Kareth Bajo was third.
Jose told us 3 times how to say his name, and we still didn't get it right.
Yeah, he had to. Like, what is it, Eric Bearco?
I said I'm going to remember this guy's name, and I got up here, couldn't remember the damn thing.
Well, sorry, fourth place. I owe you one. I'll make it up to you at some point. So we're moving on. Third place from Venezuela was Oswaldo Gonzalez. Shredded condition on this guy.
Big delts, every pose phenomenal. His twisting back shots were unreal. His color was phenomenal. His suit color, he just flowed really well.
And that's another one. He was not a big guy. He's along the lines of some of these taller guys like Craig Richardson, for example. If you look at on paper, they don't look like they would do that well in the 212. Because if I had to guess, that guy's probably like 5'7" or so. But like you said, nothing lagging. Everything was in proportion, balanced, and he was shredded, and he presented it very well. So it came down to the top 2. This guy, we just interviewed him, so check out the interview. Derek Osland from Florida, formerly from Connecticut and Massachusetts. Derek, I had never seen. Actually, I must have seen him because he was a New York pro, but clearly he made no impression on me last year. He's improved a lot, this kid. He's going to be good. He's getting better and better. He just started working with Matt Jansen. He said, check out the interview. You'll learn more about him. But I said this in the interview, and it was not meant as a disrespectful thing or a knock, is that condition-wise, he wasn't the most conditioned guy. Size-wise, he wasn't the biggest guy. But it was just a total package. Shape on this kid is phenomenal. Structure. When he poses, things happen. He gets bigger when he poses. Very impressive. I'm looking forward to more from this kid, Derek.
I've never seen him before, but I was totally impressed. He held his own. Like you said, he wasn't 100%, but he had striations in his quads. His upper body could have been a little bit tighter, but his shape is insane looking. When he fills out, he's going to be deadly. He explodes on stage. His back double bicep is phenomenal. He wasn't as big as Nicholas, obviously, but his shape and condition, if he was 100%, it might have been a tighter battle.
Yeah, for sure. So that takes us to our winner, who we just interviewed. Check out that interview. Nicholas Veloud from Switzerland. What a little tank. Just a tank. Just packed with muscle. He came out, and people like around me were like laughing at what they were seeing because he was so ridiculously thick. Prettiest physique? No, not the prettiest physique. But you know what? There's a lot of guys over the years, like Dorian didn't really have the prettiest physique. Our boy Jose, not the prettiest physique, but slabs of conditioned muscle. You know, he doesn't have a gut or anything. It's still symmetrical, aesthetic in its own way. But wow, what an impression this kid. So this was his first. It's only his third pro show. I believe he was third last year in Charlotte. That was his first pro show, and then did the Portugal Pro. This is the first time I've seen him, and wow, what a powerhouse this kid is.
In person, he's a tank. He's like this tall. Yeah. He's literally this tall.
I don't want to hear it, AJ.
But he's got so much muscle, dense muscle, like thick. His quads, I was sitting up close. They came to the edge of the stage, and I just sat there like, what am I doing? Why am I even going to the gym anymore? He was so big. His structure is the greatest. Yep. His back double bicep isn't the best. Yep. He's going to have to be a little bit harder at the Olympia to deal with a lot of like Jose, DH, Lunsford, Flex Lewis. But he's got the muscle, man. Like, he's got the muscle. He seems like he's a great mindset. Kid's got his head on straight. So the sky's the limit.
You can go back and look at the Ron Line report. Hard working kid. He works in the gym, trains people like all day. Then he does his own training, and he's in a country where they don't have, you know, they're looked at as freaks over there. They're looked down on. You know, you think we get it bad in the U.S. where people give us crap for being bodybuilders. Switzerland, he's like a pariah. So, and you know, money challenge. He doesn't have a ton of money. He almost wasn't able to get to the show because obviously to come from Switzerland to the U.S. and stay here for a few days, all your meals, it adds up. So he overcame all those challenges and he got his first pro win, and now he's, who says this? Sean punched his ticket for the Olympia. That's one of Sean's catchphrases. I stole it from you, Sean. Punched his ticket for the Olympia, so we'll be seeing him there. And wow, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. No predictions. I'm not Flex, Jose, you guys. I'm not saying he's beating you or anything. Relax. But I just want to see him up on that stage. It's cool. He's a fresh face, new blood. That's what the sport's all about. It's good to have the veterans. We love seeing you guys, but it's nice to have new faces too. Yeah.
212 is going to be loaded. Yeah. I cannot wait to go to Vegas. Hopefully wake up with a tiger in my bathroom and a baby in the closet. But this show, man, it's going to be, I'm so excited. Like, the Open's good, but the 212 is just going to be a battle. And the fitness, figure, new fitness champion this year. Chanique's competing again in the women's physique. It's going to be a phenomenal weekend.
Yeah. And, you know, Phil Heath might tie the record of Lee Haney and Ronnie Coleman. Might. So that'll do it for day one of Tampa Pro. Tomorrow we have bikini, fitness, and of course open bodybuilding. Did I leave anything out? Oh, and women's bodybuilding. I'm sorry, man. It's we haven't eaten in a while. So definitely check out the play-by-play tomorrow or whenever this goes up. We'll be. It's going up tonight. He says. Okay. Well, okay. We'll go up tonight. Had to check with the guy who's actually uploading it. So you'll check that out tomorrow. Play-by-play, photos, interviews, all that good stuff. Thanks for watching. Come back tomorrow. Thanks.